Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into the match preview for Chelsea versus Chelsea's feeder club, Brighton. Bring it on. Bring it on, right? Bring it on. Well, we would like to say that, and on paper, normally that is what you would say, but I think it would be right. We've spoken about PTSD on this channel. I think it's only right to acknowledge that we have a little bit of PTSD when it comes to these guys, don't we? Because last season, what happened? Do you remember? Back-to-back towards near the end of the season, we played them in the Cup and in the League, and we lost twice. Great. Well, now we welcome them to Stamford Bridge, and we are in a predicament where we do need to get a win. We have to. We have to win. We have to win. And like I said yesterday, mainly based on the media pressure that seems to be cooking up, slowly but surely. If Chelsea do drop points one more time, whilst we are in a run of form right now, which is not looking great, mainly because we like to shoot ourselves in the feet, despite our win against Lincoln, this could cement it. And why? Because it's Brighton. Because it's Brighton. Now, we have to avoid that. And realistically, we should be able to. And this is what I want the preview to be focusing on. Why? We do have enough to beat Brighton at home. There shouldn't be a reason not to, right? And that's not to underestimate Brighton, but we also need to balance things out in its logical sense. And I want to focus on that. But coming into this fixture, there's pressure. And why? Because we didn't get a result against Brentford. We threw that one away ourselves. We didn't get a result against Bayern Munich. We faced a top team, but we also threw that away ourselves. We didn't get anything against Man United, and that was a disgrace. But that was because we threw it away ourselves. And then the Lincoln game came around. First half was horrendous. Second half we woke up, but it was still not as plain sailing as it should have been. However, could that be, I don't want to say a turning point, but could that be the beginning, hopefully, of us being able to now start to pick up some wins? And it shouldn't really start against a Lincoln because that's expected. You're playing Lincoln, that's basic. Do you know what I mean? But when looking at this fixture, if this was anyone else, I feel like people would have a little bit of leniency considering how early in the season it is. But because it's Brighton, and because we buy our players from Brighton, and because we're their number one customer, it wouldn't look so good, much like it didn't look good last season, if we rock up and they beat us, especially at the Bridge. Especially at the Bridge. So we need to win tomorrow. The other side of this is if we don't win tomorrow, like I've said, we're previously already aware of what is going to be coming Enzo Maresca's way. Now, Enzo Maresca has a way to avoid this. And that's by doing what is necessary in tomorrow's fixture. Now, we've gone into a little bit of detail on shootout, so you can go into the description and check out the channel. Me and George have got our predictions up for this weekend. And we've spoken about Chelsea and Brighton at length. So if you want to get both of our views together, you know where to go. Go and check out Shootout and be there for the watch-along tomorrow, as we are going to be watching Chelsea versus Brighton. And we are going to keep tabs on Crystal Palace versus Liverpool and see what's going on at Selhurst Park at that time as well. So make sure you guys are there. And the review will be here as normal. But we went into a bit of detail on this. And it's about Maresca doing the correct thing. Because in the press conference today, he was correctly so asked about certain players. Let's name them. The injuries are the injuries. I'm going to come to that in a sec. But Enzo Fernandez, right? Cole Palmer, right? Our centre-back situation. Josh Achiempong, right? All these things were highlighted. If Maresca just does the right thing, do the right thing, right? Do the right thing. And select the players that we all know need to be selected for this fixture, then there's nothing on Maresca at that point. Because we all kind of agree here. I think considering the way that we play, even the way that we play systematically, as long as we have the right personnel on the pitch, we should be able to go and get a win at home. We should. Because we do play, we intend to play some really good football. But then we make some crazy, stupid, nonsensical mistakes ourselves that just hinders everything. But on our day, everything is all plain sailing. Everything's not plain sailing, that's the wrong word. But if everything is in rhythm, we're a hard team to beat, man. But I don't feel like we give ourselves that belief or confidence that we actually have some quality in the team. It's about getting it over the line and not doing something stupid, which is what we've been doing, individual by individual. Now, with players that are out or players that do need resting, I think it's clear. And this is what I'm going to mention in my lineup when I show you what team I've gone with. So make sure you stay till the end because we're going to dive into that shortly. But on top of that, we have the issue of a couple of the players are out because of injury. And this has come out just of, I don't say of nowhere, but it's come at the worst time, really, hasn't it? Cole Palmer is out, and he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks minimum, plus the international break, which is fine. That means we got 5 weeks of no Cole Palmer for Chelsea and for England. Cool. Let him recover with whatever groin issue he has. Maresca did confirm in the press conference there is no need for any surgery. So we're good. Just let the guy recover. In that position, we've got cover. We can turn to other options. That's fine. But in other positions, like centre-back predominantly, we do have one option, but that's it. And as a consequence, not only have we got Tosin out because of injury, apparently it's going to be really brief, but he's missing tomorrow. But Fofana is also out for the next 3 games. And he's out for the next 3 games, not because of his own fault. I know. We're on here talking about Fofana missing football, and I'm here telling you guys, it's actually not his fault. It's not on him. It's not even on his body. You want to know what it is? He got concussion. I wonder how he got that. Oh yeah, he got punched in the head by his own goalkeeper. Brilliant. Well done, lads. Sweet. Sweet as a nut. Exactly what we need. Yeah, good job. We got a defender like Fofana missing the next 3 games, right? Because he got punched in the head by his own goalkeeper. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's actually impressive. It's actually impressive. He didn't pull a muscle or anything. Nah, he got punched and whacked by his own goalkeeper in the head. Beautiful. Well done, Jorgensen. Good job. This is why people are looking at this going, yeah, we're gonna welcome Sanchez back tomorrow because at least with Sanchez we don't need to worry about this sort of thing. That says something. But Fofana is out, which means we have one defender to turn to. And this is where we talk about opportunity. And not just for that as well, but the midfield too. Because there was questions about Enzo Fernandez. Now, the journalists today were a little bit, I'd say half and half. Soraya, beautiful, as always. I know you're watching. Well done to you. You always smash it. Keep asking the right questions. You're an example to everyone else. Everyone else, like I said, there was a bit 50-50. There were some good questions and there were some other questions. I'm just like, well, you're wasting time. You know? Wasting time. We got to the bottom of a few things though, which was good. And that is being asked about Enzo Fernandez and whether he's going to be rested because he's played a lot of games and a lot of minutes. And he is, in fact, the one who has the most minutes. Yes, even ahead of Caicedo. It's quite remarkable since last season. That there should be room now for players to get opportunity, perhaps. And if Maresca's going to turn to them. Now, we got to be honest. Maresca didn't answer those completely outright. He did make it seem like, yeah, I trust the squad. I trust these players. Don't worry. But he didn't say, yes, he's in contention for tomorrow. I'm looking to play him. Didn't say it. For all the names that I want to mention in my starting 11. And I'm not saying the names on purpose because I want to wait until the starting 11. But that seems to be the consensus. And up top, even about up top with our striker situation, the whole emphasis on playing a false 9, which is a solution, but, and I get it, Maresca is limited in that department, I get it, but we shouldn't be relying on Tyreek George playing up front, let's be honest, we shouldn't. I mean, to be honest, if you have to play someone in false 9, I would rather see Pedro Neto than Tyreek George at false 9. I just would. So, for tomorrow though, there will be options. Buonanotte will not be able to feature, as far as I'm aware, because Brighton is his parent club, so I don't see how he's eligible. Surely not, unless there's a rule change or something. I don't know, but I don't think he is eligible, so he won't play. So I think the starting 11 pretty much picks itself. And I think it's really clear. And this is where Maresca is going to be under a little bit of scrutiny. Once we get the starting 11, we're going to know whether Maresca is going to be blamed for anything that goes wrong or whether everyone's going to be like, no, you know what? He's done what he possibly could. And like I said, it's not necessarily about how we play because we know how we play, but defensively we've got flaws. We don't need to try and emphasize on protecting ourselves too much though. I feel like the emphasis needs to be on going to try and score more goals than the opponent because in an attacking sense, we should be stronger than Brighton. So Brighton though, at the moment, and let me make it clear, Brighton have not won away from home. In fact, they've lost every game away from home. They've played 2 away from home. They've lost both. They lost to Bournemouth at Bournemouth 2-1. They lost to Everton at Everton 2-0. Every other game, they drew at home to Fulham. They beat Man City at home. So their home record is something to actually consider here. And they drew to Tottenham 2-2 when they were leading. At home, they seem to be the team. Away from home, they seem to, have a few holes exposed, should we say. They did win away from home in the EFL Cup twice when they did beat Oxford United, understandably, and they beat Barnsley 6-0, understandably. But a Premier League side, nah, their away form is poor. So, are they going to bounce off the Barnsley game or are they going to struggle at the Bridge? I'd like to think they struggle at the Bridge and hopefully we get a job done. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into starting 11. So, it picks itself. It picks itself. Sanchez in goal, because he's our only option as far as I'm concerned. Jorgensen proved that. Centre-back, we only have 2 centre-backs to choose. There is no one else. We have to go Chalobah and Acheampong. Acheampong gets an opportunity through chaos. Because as much as we can easily say, yeah, we can play Tosin, we can play Fofana, guess what? They're both not available tomorrow. We only have, considering Badiashile is still out, Lavia still out in midfield, and they might be back next week, we only have Trev and Josh. Ironic, isn't it? It's a Cobham defence. Or it's a Cobham centre-back pairing. But Josh, you got an opportunity tomorrow, my friend. You got a big opportunity tomorrow. You have to impress. No pressure. You have to impress. You have to put in a solid tomorrow. So good luck. Because everyone is behind you and everyone wants you to play. So please go out there and do the business like we all know you can, mate. Right? He has a chance to really set an example amongst defenders that are normally first choice that are not playing well at all. Trev included. Josh has a chance to set a standard here. So go out there and do it, mate. That's Josh and Trev to play at centre-back. Left back, Marco Correa. Right back, Reece James. No debate. Midfield. This picks itself. Enzo needs to be on the bench for this one. End of story. Maresca did allude that he's a very important player, and I get that. And it makes me think that, yeah, we're even going to play Enzo tomorrow. But I honestly think that puts us at a hindrance, and that puts him at a hindrance. That's a bit of a tongue twister, that. At a hindrance, right? Why? Because he's not in form. He doesn't look completely fit. It could be based on the Club World Cup and beyond that. Play Andre Santos. Andre Santos can play, especially against Brighton. Brighton like to expand a little bit, right? They like to play a little bit expansive. Well, great, because that leaves some space for us. Play Andre Santos with Caicedo. That's still great balance. Andre Santos can do what Enzo does. I don't see the issue. So Caicedo and Andre Santos to play, absolutely. In the 10, no option, but Esteval. And he gets 90 minutes. And there can be a little bit of fluctuation between the 3, right? The 3 can all interchange. If you have Garnacho tucking in, Esteval tucks out. If we have Pedro tucking in, Esteval tucks out to that right-hand side. If we want to swap sides, we can do all of that. So it doesn't actually hinder the system. Whether it's Palmer here, or Esteval here, or Garnacho, or Pedro Neto, or whoever. The system can remain the same. The interchanging doesn't need to stop. But Esteval needs to be in the 10 tomorrow, considering Palmer is not playing. Pedro Neto and Garnacho would be my 2 wingers of choice, considering Esteval has to play in the 10. If not, it would have been Esteval, Pedro Neto, but we can't. There has to be someone, and I will choose Garnacho ahead of Gittins, absolutely. And we need to see Garnacho properly. We've seen Gittins properly. We've not seen Garnacho properly. So let him play at home tomorrow at the Bridge against Brighton. Let's see what he can do. And up top, without question, João Pedro. It's as simple as that. Who didn't play in midweek against Lincoln. Fantastic. 1 week off. I expect the business. Against his old club. And I hope he scores. And that's what could lift the bridge. If João Pedro scores tomorrow against Brighton, atmosphere rockets, I think. So let's hope we do it. But do you agree? Do you disagree? What's your selection? Let me know down below. But this is my starting 11. And as we get into the prediction, I'm going to stick with what I said on the Big Six yesterday. And thank you to the Big Six, by the way. Big up to them. They just hit 100k as well. I filled in for Matisse because he was at the FC26 launch at the Bridge. And it was a great show. Big up to every single one on the panel. The other 5 lads, fantastic. Quality sound lads. And congrats on the channel and keep going because the channel is immense. So big up to the Big Six guys. And if you watched it, you watched it. Big up to all of you. And if you didn't, you can go and catch up. But what I said on there for Chelsea Brighton was what I'm going to say here. And that is Chelsea did I say 3? Or did I say 2? No, I said 3. Chelsea 3, Brighton 1. Yes, I'm going for a semi-comfortable win. Semi-comfortable. I don't think it'll be too tight. I think Brighton will score. I think we will concede one. But at home, I reckon we'll actually set the tempo. I think the players will go out there with a bit of a point to prove. And I don't want it to be where the guys try too hard because sometimes that can turn against you. But I do think we get a decent start. Hopefully, we better because we don't want to start slow against Brighton. But a decent start. And then hopefully with the game getting a bit more comfortable, we loosen up and we get a couple of more goals. Brighton, I reckon, get one at some point. And it finishes 3-1. So that's my logic. Let me know what your predictions are. I'd love to know. Let me know down below. Much appreciated. And I will catch all of you on here tomorrow after it's all done for the match review. And before that, the live watch along is on Shootout. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Link in the description. First link there. Make sure you're over on Shootout and check out our predictions. Go and give us your predictions for all the games this weekend. There's some good gems in there. So make sure you go and have a look. And I will catch all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. Subscribe, notification bell on. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.